higher ups in the church have to give you the okay and all this other shit. And I say shit because that's what it is. It's shit. Because when Jesus came down here, it was a pretty amazing thing, and it moved enough people to reset the calendar. That's why it's the year 2016. Try pulling that one off. That's pretty difficult. So something really incredible happened, and it was incredible. This was before media or anything. There was no satellites or anything, but somehow they were able to reset the calendar, and the word was able to spread around the world that this happened. And to this day, everybody still knows who Jesus is because everybody celebrates Christmas. Everybody. Except for, people who hate Christ, Well, then there's Jewish has Hanukkah, and I'm not sure what the Mormons have, and I'm not sure I don't know if the Mormons celebrate Christmas. I guess they do. I don't know. I mean, they use Christ as their sales item, to confuse people. But no, it's not condoned by Jesus. Jesus said anything added to or taken away from the diseases and blah blah blah, and it described in the book would be onto them, and they would be better off not even being born than to be starting a false religion or whatever. They're like the Judas. They're like the Judas of religions. Better that they were never born. But here's the thing. You wouldn't know this if that's all you were taught. And it makes sense, if your whole family is Mormon, why wouldn't you be Mormon, right? It would take a pretty independent thinker to be Mormon, and then to analyze it with a fresh set of eyeballs and realize that it's a bunch of bullshit. Oh, you just think your religion is the only one that's good, everybody else's sucks. Well, I guess so, because I don't really have a religion. I don't believe in religion. I don't believe that it's necessary, given the abuses of religion and its history. I'd say religion died when Jesus died, and religion was a tool used to control man, to kind of monopolize their spiritual life. So people, when they got word of the gospel, realized that you don't need to go to church, you don't need to go ask anybody's permission. You're going to go to heaven is by simply believing in Christ, and because he died and rose from the dead, and it was marked by the calendar. To this day, every second is marked by that event. So that's why you don't need religion anymore. See, back then, before Jesus died on the cross, there was a ritual where the priest would have to cross this curtain to the other side. It was an actual physical curtain, and they would tie a rope around the priest to make sure that they got him back, because sometimes they wouldn't make it back, because there's all kinds of angry spirits and stuff on the other side of that curtain. Well, in the Mormon religion, there's a ceremony to become a higher up in the church. There's a ceremony that recreates that curtain, and they get stuff passed through this curtain where there's like holes in the sheet or whatever. That's basically a direct correlation with when Satan ruled over people, or Lucifer ruled over man. So that's basically where that comes from. So it's really not a good religion, actually. I'm sorry to say. And I'm not saying Mormons are bad. I'm not saying that. They're actually really good people. But they're being lied to and they're being misled because of what happened with Christianity is the Catholic religion. The Roman Catholics are the Romans are the ones that crucified Christ. So how is it that now all of a sudden they're the caretakers of Christianity? They're not. They just elected themselves that because they realized that they can't control people through fear anymore, because people knew that they didn't have to fear death. So in order to get fear back into their life and into their hearts, they had to hijack the religion and the movement, and confuse it, and get as many hypocritical things happening in the church as possible. So that's the history behind the Catholic religion. Basically, is basically to hijack the real movement, or the real Christian movement, where they were free from fear and death and everything, and they managed to put it back into people's lives, that and muddle the message of the gospel. So I would just disregard church altogether and just focus on the New Testament. Just read it and get to know Jesus. I'm telling you this as a friend, because I don't know you, but if there's one thing I can do to help somebody before I go, something I can do to help them, one most valuable thing I can do for them is what I'm doing right now, is trying to familiarize yourself with my understanding of it, because my understanding of it is very strong faith, man. So there's not a doubt. There's not even a second. There's not even any kind of doubt coming from me, and it's not wishful thinking. It's from knowledge, man. It's from seeing what the deal is, what's been written, and what's likely to be true and what's likely not to be true, and it's my conclusion that the New Testament's absolutely true, 100%, without a doubt. You can believe it. Take it to the bank. Got my word on that. You can even quote me on that one. Now I'm getting quoted, man. Now I'd even go quoting. I'm quoting, man. Like that. Yeah, what about me? You think God can help me, man? You think he can do something about my ugly face? What do you think about that? What if I said, God, man, why'd you give me such an ugly head? I gave you an ugly head because you got an ugly face. You're not God. I am to you. I guess you are. Okay, God. Why'd you give me such an ugly face? Because you got an ugly head. Oh, it never ends, man. Good thing I'm not God. Yeah, good thing you're not God, but I guess you are for me. I'm in hell.